We about to have a talk, cover real talk about Matt Ryan, the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinions about him and how this fan base feels about him. I'm gonna give you my point of view of that and the value that he has to this team, this organization, and our fan base. Let's get into it. Welcome to the First and Frame Race channel. I am VF Baller, and over here we talk about Atlanta Falcons football. We talk about Georgia Southern football as well. Also, I do a live show every Wednesday around 9 o'clock where I talk about all things football, pretty much college and professional. Hopefully you guys come through and check that out, and we'll just go from there. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you like this content. If you do, hit the like button. Share this video, let people know what I'm doing over here, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And check out the other content I have here. I try to do my best to make the best content possible. All right, let's get into this. I don't care who you are. If you're wearing Atlanta Falcons jersey, I'm going to support you. It doesn't matter. I'm going to support it. If you're wearing that jersey, you're on the field, I'm going to support you because I want our team to win. And there's a lot of shortcomings with this organization. Do I need to talk about the NFC Championship games? Do I need to talk about 28-3? Do I need to talk about all this other stuff? No, I don't, because you know how that goes. You know, everybody knows the story. But as far as our quarterback, I think he's an elite quarterback. I really do. I think he's a very good quarterback. I think he has all the tools to get us where we need to go. He's done it. Matt Ryan basically won us a Super Bowl already. The problem was the defense couldn't get a stop. And I will say that there are times that even in that game, Matt Ryan didn't do everything he was supposed to do. But I will say 90, 80%, 85%, he's done everything that was supposed to be done. The other 15 to 10%, I've always had a problem with Matt Ryan not able to change plays or call his own plays, whatever the case may be. That's one of the detriments to Matt Ryan. And I'll even fast forward to now. You look at the Washington football team game. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left if you go back and watch it. And I'm not going to use any stats in this video. So the stats is so easy to lean on. I'm just talking about what I see and what has transpired. Because stats, numbers is like so easy to just put out there. 3:52 left, they call a pitch play. Why would you call a pitch play to a defense that's ready, that's ready, willing and ready to match speed on speed? Why there was no calls for Cordell Patterson? It's just the play calling was just so weird. And it's just so reminiscent of the Super Bowl. Same thing. Why continue to pass the ball after the Julio catch? I'm not going to sit here and blame Matt Ryan for that because it first of all, it's lazy. If you want to blame Matt Ryan for throwing bad passes, throwing an interception, messing up on a play, that's fine. But when you call these plays that makes no sense, I always lean on the play caller. And the fact that Matt Ryan throughout his 14-year career never had a chance to actually change plays at the line. I haven't seen. Maybe it's there, but I never seen it. Or even in, never was able to change plays at the line when it's feasible to. There's been some games where Matt Ryan really stunk up the bed. I'll give you that. I mean, hell, I didn't like the stuff I seen, like the Dolphins game when he threw a pass to Austin Hooper. There's other games that he's done that just was not. It just was not, up to, it was just head scratch. Like, what the hell's going on? But then again, you see these other games where he plays phenomenal. He does a really good job. Like I said, I don't want to talk about numbers. But you can look at the game, you play the game, and clearly it wasn't on him. You will see something that the defense does and do this, that, and the third, and you be like, damn, the Falcons just can't get out their own way. I mean, even if, Devontae Freeman pick up that block, we may not won the Super Bowl, but damn, I will say that you would have had a better chance of winning. And throughout the entire game, Matt Ryan, he hasn't done much to cause himself to lose that game. He didn't do anything to cause himself to lose this Washington game. I will say, even though I was really distraught about the Tampa Bay game, I will say that some of that is on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan threw some balls that was just basically batted up for pick sixes. Some of those throws weren't the best. I will definitely say that. But I'm going to get into what he means. I think you can't get no better quarterback right now. Even with, Justin Fields playing the way he did, I had no problem if they drafted Justin Fields or Matt Ryan. To me, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can look at the money situation. Matt Ryan just cost too much. All right, I get it. It's probably the reason why they didn't pick him. Justin Fields he looked bad one day, then he looks really good for Chicago now, and I think he's going to be the starter for the Chicago Bears going forward. That's a good move because Andy Dalton ain't it, but that's another story for another day. I get it. Me personally, I would have probably got another quarterback later on in the draft because I can see if you're picking somebody at number 4, you're probably going to be picking them to start right away. You create a quarterback controversy where it may not need to be there. Because like I said, Matt Ryan is still putting up numbers that are actually, efficient to win football games. If you tell me that, somebody's going to put up 30 points and that's the only numbers that I'm going to be using. If you put up 30 points a game against anybody and still lose, it's hard to believe. But for some reason with the Falcons, that always happens. It seems like they put up numbers and they find a way to lose. You look at the Dallas game last year with the onside kick situation. Oh my God. I mean, you even look at, like I said, you look at the Super Bowl. You look at these other games where they constantly end up losing games. It's like, well, is it really on Matt Ryan? I mean, or is he just a guy that just has a string of bad luck? Is there some plays is there one or two plays that he could have done differently to change the course of that? Because the problem with Matt Ryan, and I'll concede this, he does everything that he's asked of him to do. And I don't know if that's a good, I guess in this case you say it's a bad thing, but you would want a quarterback to do that. Sometimes he needs to improvise. He does a pretty good job of improvising sometimes. But he does what is that? Run this play. He goes out and run it. And like I said, I've yet to see him audible out of something. Let me know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong because I don't see it. But he does not have the option to audible out something that he don't see. And they run the play and BS happens right off the rip. So I feel like Matt Ryan is very valuable to the organization. He's very valuable to the team. You put another quarterback there right now, it's going to be a disaster. Some people say this should be a rebuild, maybe so, but it's not where they're going. And I'm going to be here supporting them regardless. I kind of know where this ends. I think the Falcons going to probably end up being a maybe 500 or slightly below 500 team. I don't think they're going to be in a situation where they lose, they're going 5-12 or something like that. I don't see that. I see them winning maybe anywhere between 7 and 9 games. I always said that I thought they were going to be 10-7, 9-8. But from what I see now, I think they still can be anywhere between 8 and 9, 7 and 10, so around there. But for the most part, I think Matt Ryan is going to be efficient enough to where you can look at him and tell that I don't think it's going to be his fault. You know what I'm saying? I think Matt is in a good position where he is now that he can lead a team. And I don't necessarily want to point fingers, but when you look at everything, the total situation, there's things that could have been different. That's in some cases is beyond his control. I mean, some play calling, drop, and I didn't even get into the drop passes. Calvin Ridley, we're looking at you. OZ, Kyle Pitts. I mean, we're looking at you. We had drop passes in the Watson game like crazy. But, it is what it is. Matt Ryan, I don't know if it's bad luck. He's just not good enough. You just need to change the culture 14 years down the road. And one thing, if I want to concede to the naysayers, I will say this. I think Matt Ryan would probably need a change of culture. He needs a change of venue, or he may need a change in environment. Does that mean he need to be on another team? I'm not against it. I'm not against it. But to sit here and say that he's a bad quarterback and he's the reason why all this is happening is very hard for me to believe. It's very hard for me to believe. I just feel at the end of the day, Matt Ryan needs to continue to do what he's doing. He needs players around him to do better. Boy, I didn't even get into Calvin Ridley, but man, man, you just need players around you to do a little bit better. Cordell Patterson has been phenomenal so far this year, and that's what you would like to see. But I'm going to continue this discussion on the First and Frame Rates show. I'll be doing that around about, later on today. I usually do them around 9 p.m. Eastern, so we could talk about this more because I want to talk about Matt Ryan. I want to talk about more about this, and I don't think that it's obviously the blame goes around, but I don't think it's on him completely. And I guess we'll talk about that then. So, all right, people. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.